Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to another MAMJ Let's Play of Danganronpa. When we left off, we came across a body and it exploded and Monokuma was in pieces, but now he's not, and just weird things are happening. I don't even know. But yeah, so here we are, we're about to investigate. I need to check anywhere that may be important from one end to the other. I just need to do what I always do. True, so let's go with the body first. Then maybe I'll find out for sure if it's Kyoko or not. I agree. Hey, the little... Oh, that was the key. I'm a dumb. It's been a minute, I'm sorry. Huh? There's something weird about this body's fingernails. Oh, these are fake nails. They're really long. They seem like they'd get in the way of normal activity. Okay. There's also something on the back of her right hand. Is this a tattoo? It got burned, so I can't make out the whole thing, but it looks like it's a picture of a dog or something. I've never seen anything like it before. Okay. Now obviously, that's the things that really stick out. Now what are the things that are more subtle? The lower half of the body didn't get wet at all. After the body blew up, the top half got set on fire, so I dumped a bucket of water on it. Which explains why the bottom half isn't wet. There's nothing strange about that, right? The white jacket the victim was wearing got totally burnt up. There's only one little piece left. Okay, and up here, the upper half of the body got set on fire in the explosion, so it's totally blackened. Also, the top half of the body is wet. That's because it got set on fire, and I threw water on it. Since I only threw water on the part that was on fire, the top half, the bottom half is still dry. In other words, there's nothing strange about the top half being wet. There isn't, right? Oh god, that face. Okay. I wonder why they're making such a big deal about that. I need to go look, because I think it has to do with the sprinkler system. I'm not sure when this body... No, we found it after 9 o'clock. So that body would have had to been placed there after 7 o'clock, 7:30, but before 9. Okay, that gives us kind of like a time frame of when this is possible. What's this? These look like fragments of something. They're all burnt, so I can't really be sure, but I feel like I've seen something like it before. But where? Wait, was it there? I have to double check that later. I don't know what she's talking about, or he's talking about. It's the knife. There's a knife laying on the ground. Is this? It must be the knife that was stuck in the body before it exploded. The fourth of the explosion must have thrown it over here. The Monokuma file said the knife went all the way through the body, from front to back. Does that mean this knife was what caused the fatal injury? Either way, this knife, it looks really familiar. Wait, is this? That's it! It's the knife that person was holding. This is getting really weird. There are just too many strange coincidences. It's almost like they're doing a play for Makoto. Whoever the person in the mask was that attacked me last night, they were holding that knife. And that same knife was used to stab that same masked attacker we found here. So, maybe this masked person got stabbed because when they attacked, I was in kind of a trance. Maybe I reacted by grabbing the knife. And maybe then And if this really is Kyoko, it would mean that Kyoko's the one that attacked me. But why the mask? I just don't know. I don't remember anything clearly from last night. No. No, it can't be. There's no way. Alright, do I want to talk with you guys or no? I remember there's some chickens in the chicken coop. I count four chickens. Huh? 4? Ooh. What's going on, Makoto? Oh, I'm glad you're here. Listen, do you remember how many chickens there were in here? Of course! There are precisely 5. Yeah, right?
Huh?
What's wrong? There's only 4 chickens now. We're 1 short. Huh? That's so weird. I wonder when it disappeared. I was just down here before nighttime last night, and there were definitely 5 chickens then. What are we gonna do? Going from 5 to 4 is gonna have an impact on the structure of the world. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. Even if one single piece disappears, the entire world will remain unfinished. I did my best to ignore Hiro and focus on the problem at hand. Why did one of the chickens disappear? Could it be related to the case? Oh, I thought he was gonna say something about the fact that like 4 in Japanese and I think in Chinese as well is shi, which is the same word for death. So I figured he was gonna freak out about that. That's like how we're superstitious, or in the US, we're superstitious about the number 13. A lot of floors in Japan, I think at least, they'll skip the 4th floor, or they'll try to avoid that floor as much as possible because it's a bad omen. Anyways, the more you know. Let me get this control panel, Hina. You're in my way. This is the panel that controls the sprinklers. They're set to turn on at 7:30 every morning, and Monokuma said the time positively couldn't be changed. Huh? Hold on. So the sprinklers turn on at 7:30 each morning, right? Then, if the body was here before then, the sprinklers would have gotten it wet, which would mean the murder must have taken place. Exactly. Okay, before I talk to anybody, I'm gonna go over here. Just to be sure, I should take a look at the tool shed. This room is dusty and disorganized. In other words, a pretty stereotypical tool shed. Is this a tarp? Wait, was there a tarp in here before? You should probably look into that. It could be related to the case. I agree. The top is wet and covered with mud and grime. But the underside, it's totally clean and completely dry. One side of that tarp is wet and dirty. Something about that bothers me. So they could cover the body with the tarp to keep it from getting wet in order to distract you from the actual time the murder took place. That's the one thing that concerns me. Should I leave? Is there anything else I need? I really hope there aren't any clues hidden in the fertilizer. I agree with you, buddy. Well, how do you know they have nothing to do with the case? There's something carved in the handle of this pickaxe. Crazy diamond. Yep, the same thing as on Mondo's coat. This pickaxe is connected to Mondo somehow. It's definitely intriguing, but now it's not the time to worry about it. Okay, I don't think the lawnmower is going to make a difference. Okay, I think we're good. Let's step out. What about this gigantic plant? The Monokuma flower, huh? Is it true? Does it really eat paper, plastic, and people? Anyway, I don't think it's related to the case, so I think I'll just stay away. Why didn't they just throw the body up there? It's 11 o'clock right now. Okay, and... Oh, well, I was just thinking about when we first found the body. When the body was found, huh? I should look back at what I did this morning to help me remember when that was. Monokuma's announcement woke me up at 7 o'clock. As usual, I headed for the dining hall pretty soon. Once I got there, I met up with Hina, and that was right around 7:30. Then, I headed to the gym, where everyone else was waiting. Next, Toko went to go get the pickaxe, and that's when she found the body. What time was it then? Now then, Toko, what time is it? Why did he ask her that? Unless he, I mean, I guess he could have just wanted to time her. But, well, when we left the gym, it was just before 9 o'clock. So probably 9 on the dot now. That's right. It had to have been right around 9 o'clock. Ah, now that you mention it, I think you're right. So, I think we can say for sure that the body was found at 9 a.m. Okay, my job's done. That's a pretty small job. Oh, cool. So we got a truth bullet for that. Byakuya, what do you have to say? Good timing, Makoto. I wanted to talk to you. What do you want to talk about? I'd like to hear your alibi. Alibi? Correct. I'd love to hear where you were after nighttime began last night. Well, I was sick, so I was asleep all night. But why are you asking about that now? And what's nighttime got to do with it? Isn't it obvious? This murder took place after nighttime. How can you know that for sure? Because just after nighttime began, I came to the garden. I was going around looking for everyone, so I could tell them about Monokuma. Hito's been spending most of his time in the garden the last few days, so I figured he'd be here. And I can confirm that when I arrived last night, there was no body here. So the murder could have only taken place at some point during nighttime, after I left the garden. However, Toko, Hito, Hina, and I were in the gym together the entire night last night. What? Once I found Hito in the garden, we immediately went to Toko and Hina's room to get them. At that point, we all went to the gym and began dismantling Monokuma. As a precaution, we made sure not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. In other words, all four of us have airtight alibis. The only ones who don't have alibis are me and Kyoko. And if the victim really is Kyoko, then I'm the only one without an alibi? Also, when we went to go get Hina and Toko, we stopped by your room as well. But you never came to the door. So, where precisely were you? I'm telling the truth. I was in my room, but I was dead asleep. I had a fever, so that's hardly an alibi. I know. So, what now? You seem to be at quite a disadvantage here. I'm the only one without an alibi. That's really bad, isn't it? This is really bad, yes. Hina? Listen, Makoto, do you remember how the body looked, before it blew up? If I remember right, it was wearing some kind of mask and a big white coat. Oh. No, okay, sorry. Like, a thought just crossed my mind, which wouldn't make any sense the more I think about it, but I was just like, wait, is that the tarp? Like, could that be the tarp? But no, because when the body blew up, if that was the tarp, it wouldn't be in the shed, and I already said that the shed, or the tarp was, like, wet and muddy, so it's not that. You just get random thoughts across your mind sometimes. Also, there was a knife sticking out of the stomach, and the area around it was stained with blood. Apparently, the wound had stopped bleeding, but the blood on the body was still wet. Byakuya said not to touch it to avoid getting all bloody. But for how much blood there was on the body, I didn't see any on the ground around it. Wow, thanks! That was a big help. Now that you explained it, I totally remember how it looked. Well, having the talk like that helped me remember it a lot better too. So, thank you, too. That's true, there's no blood underneath the body. I think I've checked everything I need to in this area, but I'm not done yet. There are other areas I need to check. Specifically, that fragment I found before. There's somewhere I need to go in order to confirm my suspicions. And I still need to find more about Toko. Or Kyoko. Okay, is that corpse really Kyoko? If that's true... What was that also Kyoko who attacked me last night? If I can find more out about her, maybe I can answer that question. Kyoko was never kind of person to talk about herself all that much. Maybe if I can get into her room, I'll be able to find out more. But the key to her room... I will simply limit your options. I can't allow you to engage in any further suspicious activity. Limit my options? Give me the key to your room. I don't have a choice. I'll have to see if he'll let me borrow her room key. Hey buddy! Hey Byaku buddy! Hey, Byakuya? If you do come up with an alibi, I'd be happy to hear it later, at the class trial. Oh, no, it's not about that. You have the key to Kyoko's room, right? I was hoping I could borrow it. I'm afraid I can't take that risk. You're the prime suspect, after all. Of course, if I were to go with you, that would be a different story. Then, will you go with me? Sorry, I have my own agenda to take care of. Find me again later, and we'll see. Depending on my mood, I may go with you, or I may not. Come back later, huh? Okay then, in the meantime I should look around somewhere else. Maybe I should check out that one area. What area are you talking about? Are you gonna give me any hints here? The gym? There's an exclamation point at the gym. Why? I mean, I'll check it out for sure. Monokuma's laying dismantled on the floor, but I figured it wouldn't be here. Yeah, he's walking around somewhere. I just found something. What is it? It's what? A bomb. There's one installed in every Monokuma robot, I'm sure. That looks like the screw to the bomb there on the edge. A bomb? And that bomb went missing. There's no doubt about that. The fragments I found in the garden. Oh, I got lucky. I would say I'm smart, but it was literally highlighted with a giant exclamation point, so. Okay, I've checked everything else I can think of. All that's left now is Kyoko's room. I should head back to the garden and ask Byakuya. Well, that was quick. I mean, is he gonna let us do it that easily? Byakuya! I gotta find you again, buddy. Hey, Byaku, buddy. You think you can go soon, Byakuya? You wanted to check out Kyoko's room, right? Very well. Let's go. Wait for me. Byakuya walked off without a second glance, and I hurried after him on our way to the dorms. Well then, here we go. Byakuya took out the key and slid it into the keyhole. And then... and it's open. Looks like it. Thanks. Alright, what are we gonna find in here? Oh, she gets a pink pillow? So, this is Kyoko's room. Seriously, she gets a pink pillow. Here's her bed. I don't see anything interesting here. At least, not as far as the case is concerned. What's this book? There's something on the table. It's a woodblock decoration. What is that? What purpose does it serve? I think it's probably a key. The lockers at those really traditional public bathhouses use them for their lockers. I wouldn't know. I've never gone to a public bathhouse. That doesn't really surprise me. It's hard to picture Byakuya doing something like that. But if it is a key, I think I might know what it unlocks. Really? What? Unless I'm mistaken. I'm pretty sure I saw something at the dojo that this might go to. The dojo? Okay. What else can we look at? Also, remember she gave me an envelope that said like if she went away to read it? When do I get the chance to pop that sucker open? Because that would be very, very helpful. Here's the bathroom. She might have certain articles hanging out to dry. Better not look inside. Really? That's what you're worried about? Is if Kirigiri has like undergarments just sprawled out on her shower curtain or something? I don't know. That's it, isn't it? You wanted to come here, right? So what is it you're looking for? Nothing in particular. I just thought we might find some kind of clue here. A clue that might help us understand Kyoko.
Boy.
You can't be serious. That's why you made me take time out of my search to come here? Sorry. Regardless, You plan on poking around at random, you're doomed, no matter how much time you take. You surely have something more concrete, something to give us some sort of direction here. More concrete. Oh, I know! Earlier, Kyoko gave me something. Huh? What's this? Consider it a symbol of my determination. Don't open it yet. Only open it if something ever happens to me. I'm sure I have it here somewhere. Found it! What's in the envelope? Kyoko gave it to me. She said if anything ever happened, I should open it. Well, something certainly has happened. So open it. Okay. I opened the envelope and looked inside. Inside was a single piece of paper. Under the sheets? That's all that was in there? Yeah, it looks like it. Under the sheets? What could it be? Under her sheets? But could something be hidden under the bed sheets? Part of me didn't expect to find anything, but as I lifted up the sheets... What's this? I found a crumpled up piece of paper. Class number 78, student registry? Mukuro Ikusaba? It appears to be Mukuro Ikusaba's profile. Yeah, looks like it. That's probably the other thing Kyoko stole when she snuck into the headmaster's room, along with the key. God, you're annoying. Fine, I'll tell you. It was a key and blank. That's it! This must be the blank that Monokumo's talking about. Kyoko said a death without meaning was unappealing, and this is what she left behind. I don't have time for your sentimental indulgences. Hurry up and finish your search. Okay. I made an effort to pull myself together, then looked down at the profile sheet. Name, Mukuro Ikusaba. Sex, female. The ultimate soldier? Although small for her age, she was a military specialist trained in every weapon type imaginable. She showed an interest in the military from childhood and soon found herself completely absorbed in it. In elementary school, she won the survival game tournament and began writing for military magazines. Just before entering middle school, while she and her family were on vacation in Europe, she disappeared. The story of a young Japanese girl being kidnapped quickly took over Japanese media outlets. An intense international investigation turned up no information, and she was never found. However, she reappeared in Japan 3 years later, alone and completely unannounced. She revealed that she had joined a mercenary group known as Fenrir for those 3 years. She insisted that she hadn't been kidnapped, that she received battle training of her own volition. However, she never revealed why she decided to return home when she did. Interesting. The Ultimate Soldier, a mercenary group. This doesn't feel real. The world I grew up in. It's like a completely different dimension. It's like one's non-fiction and the other's sci-fi. There's no way to even compare the two. That's how different this is. That's how I saw things just as an ordinary person. But then, I never imagined I would hear the name Fenrir in a place like this. Huh? You recognize it? A Fenrir Mercenary Corps is a collection of battle-crazed warmongers. But they do have their uses, and they always get the job done. That's worth remembering. This is all part of a world totally removed from the one I live in. I have to say, I'm intrigued. Every rumor I've heard says that Fenrir is already... Whoa! I feel like our hero's becoming a bit player, and a bit player's becoming our hero. Ah, it's you! What have you got in your pretty little hand there? Uh-oh, you found her profile? So what if we did? Don't freak out on me. I'm not gonna hold it against you or anything. And in case you're wondering, I don't hold it against Kyoko either, even though she stole it and hid it. After all, there's no rule against stealing, is there? But who I can't forgive is Miss Ogami. who broke the rules and busted into the headmaster's room. Maybe I'll drag her corpse out here and slice it up and devour it. Bears are omnivorous, you know.
Nanda.
Are rule violations really so unforgivable? You're quite adamant about those regulations of yours. Of course I am. A proper school life is built on the dedication to organization and order. Which is why even I, as the school headmaster, have to follow the regulations myself. Oh, so you're saying you have to follow your own rules as well? Absolutely. I can't have you complaining about how unfair it all is, now can I? In fact, on the subject of fairness, would you like to know something interesting? Interesting? It's about the one writing all the rules. They're actually one of the participants in this killing game. I don't think I ever told you how many participants were actually here, did I? I was thinking, I should probably clarify that. When you all first got together in the main hall back when, there were 15 people there, right? I think that meeting may have led to a little misunderstanding among you all. A misunderstanding? Are you saying? That's right. There weren't actually 15 of you. The total number of students taking part in this killing game was actually 16. 16? Then... How come she didn't have a dorm room though?
この学園に潜む16人目の高校生。超高校級の絶望と呼ばれる女子高校生。
Again, ultimate despair, not the ultimate mercenary.
戦場ムクロに気をつけて。
The 16th student, Mukuro Ikusaba. She's part of this school life. So the one making all the regulations is...
なぜだ?
Why?
Huh?
Did you say something? Why are you telling us this? Oh, well, because... Like I told you, this killing game is desperately popular. You wouldn't believe the ratings. And since we got so many viewers now, I wanted to make sure everyone was on the same page. I don't want to wake up to a hurricane of complaints and hate mail, you know. Make sense? Okay, that's all you get for now. Oh, actually, I do have some revenge to get, so as an extra bonus for you. Revenge? I want to get back at that sneaky Miss Kirigiri, so I'm going to share a little secret with ya. Seriously? You know how she wears those stupid gloves day in and day out all the time? Well, don't tell anyone I told you, but she wears them to cover a bunch of hideous scars that she doesn't want anyone to see. What? Oh crap, I've never seen Kirigiri's hands! Did she wear the gloves when Makoto peeked in the bath area? Remember when like Monokuma was like really pushing us to look in and Makoto did it and there was that really weird awkward shot of everybody in the bathhouse? I wonder if she was wearing gloves then. That wouldn't make any sense. Kyoko wears those gloves to cover up a bunch of scars? Wait, so on the back of her hand, the tattoo. Wait, but no. Monokuma specifically said they were scars, right? And that's why Kyoko wears those gloves, to hide the scars. Which means those fake nails on the corpse. Are you thinking about Kyoko again? Huh?
Nanda.
Forget about her. What matters right now is uncovering Monokuma's trap. His trap? God must have really hated you to make you so dull. Don't you remember what Monokuma just told us? He said there were 16 students, right? Which means Mukuro was a student here. Obviously, Monokuma was trying to tell us that Mukuro is the ones creating the rules to this game. But why would he tell us that? And why now? He said he wanted to make things clear so there wouldn't be any complaints later. But the mere fact that he said that proves Mukuro is connected to this case. That's why Monokuma revealed the existence of a 16th student. He needs to make our investigation fair. Mukuro is related to the case? Perhaps she's the one who killed Kyoko. What? That would explain why we would have a class trial, wouldn't it? If she's a student and she killed someone, that would make her part of the school killing game. Mukuro is the killer? She killed Kyoko? Anyone should be able to come to that conclusion, don't you think? In fact, that's exactly what I thought when the investigation first began. But, based on what Monokuma just told us, I've changed my mind. Mukuro Ikusaba isn't the culprit. Huh? What makes you say that? We thought Mukuro, the ultimate despair, was the mastermind's true identity. But, if that's true, Monokuma's behavior makes no sense. Why would the mastermind go out of their way to reveal themselves to us? That's a good point. Mukuro giving us information that would raise questions about her would be bold, to say the least. It makes more sense then to assume that Mukuro isn't the culprit. So that's the trap. They want us to suspect Mukuro and come to the wrong conclusion. That's what makes sense to me. The way you say it, it definitely does seem possible. But if that's really true, if Mukuro isn't the killer, then who is? Well then, I believe our work here is finished. Let's move on. I'm sure there are other places in need of investigation. I should find out if that key and dojo are really connected. Well, are you coming? There are wooden lockers here. They use woodblock keys, just like at those super traditional public bathhouses. It looks like the key we found in Kyoko's room really does go to one of these lockers. Makoto, do you see the locker farthest to the right? That's the only one that doesn't have a key in it at the moment. You understand what that means, right? I should probably use the key we found on that locker, right? Well, just try it. Okay. I took out the woodblock key and inserted it into the locker's metal lock, and the locker eagerly accepted the key, and it opened. There are arrows in here. It looks like 10 arrows in total. They look like they're made of titanium, which means they're quite strong, despite how thin they are. Of course, without a bow, they're nothing but strong little sticks. Strong sticks? Oh, there's something else inside the locker. A wadded up ball of duct tape. I wonder what this was used for. Is that a bloodstain? If it is, that must surely be related to the case. This duct tape is related to the case somehow? But how could it possibly be involved? I think that's all the locker has to offer for now. Is something wrong? It's very odd, don't you think? The locker was hiding items that were clearly related to the case. But how did the key to the locker wind up in the victim's room? Or perhaps Yakuya? Forget it. Come on, we need to continue to the next location. Huh? What next location? There's still something we need to look into. We need to do more research on Fenrir. Fenrir? You mean the mercenary group that Mukuro was a part of? But how are we supposed to find out about that? Isn't it obvious? Where in this school would you go to do research on something? Research? Are you talking about the archive? That's right. The archive has all kinds of info that the general public doesn't have access to. We only have so much time before the trial begins. Let's hurry. Okay, so here's my take on the arrows. Put them all together, wrap the duct tape around it, makes a pipe-like object that you could hit somebody with and have bloodstains on. That's what I believe, at least, because it said an item like a pipe. It didn't say the person was hit with a pipe. I just don't know what all that means, but that's my conclusion so far. Okay, I believe there was a file related to Fenrir somewhere over here. Byakuya seemed to know the archive like the back of his hand, and he went straight to a shelf in the back. Ah, here we go. He quickly returned with the file in hand. Well then, read it to me, Broseph. Take a look at this. I have no idea what it says. What language is this? How did you make it all the way through high school without learning a single word of French? Pretty sure most high schoolers can't speak French. Well, whatever. I'll read it for you, but I expect you to repay your debt 100 times over. 100 times? Isn't that kind of extreme? Fenrir is an elite fighting unit based out of the Middle East. Unlike military contractors, they are a fierce group of soldiers who engage in direct combat. They claim that a single member is equivalent to an entire company of regular soldiers. Just like Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok, their mere presence is enough to strike fear into any enemy. They have been involved in countless military battles and operations, most of which are highly classified. However, some time ago, they completely ceased all activity. At present, their continued existence cannot be confirmed. There are unconfirmed reports that key members of the group were all neutralized. Rumors indicate they were killed to keep them from revealing the many state secrets they'd acquired. Some, however, believe there was a mounting internal tension within the group, and they simply imploded.
Nanda.
What is it? This just all sounds like some kind of alternate reality. Well, it isn't. This is our reality. The only reality. These people are part of our world. Their battlefields aren't much different from our lives here. An unpredictable, unimaginable world. That's what makes it also exciting. Exciting definitely isn't the word I would use. So, did anything jump out at you? This may be your last opportunity to learn about Fenrir. Now that you mention it, the report says something about where the name Fenrir comes from, right? That's right. It said Fenrir is the Wolf of Ragnarok. Speaking of which, would you like to know something interesting related to that? To show that you're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body. What? They got a tattoo? Of Fenrir? Could that mean... Oh god, it's time for the trial! Monokuma, what happened? Monokuma, what happened? That was really, really roundabout. That the time has come. All we can do now is try to uncover the truth during the class trial. It would seem that way. Let's go. Alright, I don't have a ton of time left, but we're gonna go ahead and go into like the actual trial part, I guess, prepare for it. And then I might go ahead and stop the episode a little bit short so that we can just dive into this trial and see what it has to offer. Whoa! Byakuya and Makoto showed up together. Where the heck have you two been? You just disappeared without a word. We were investigating, of course. How could you not figure that out by this point? Makoto's ranked high enough for you guys to go off together? Just the two of you? What? Are you jealous? Or are you making up some kind of creepy fantasy for yourself?
Nanda.
Stop talking and brace yourselves. They'll be here any second. Any second. He could show up at any time. When I imagined what was about to happen, I immediately tensed up and prepared myself. But we stood there for 5 full minutes, waiting for something weird to happen. And then 5 minutes became 10.
なぜだ
What's going on here? Why hasn't Monokuma shown up yet?
もしかすると
Maybe he died again? What should we do? Should we keep waiting here or what? Jesus! Did I scare you?
おい
I demand an explanation. Why did you waste my time and make me wait like that? What? I made you wait? You've got it all backwards. You're the ones making me wait. Huh? I'm waiting for everyone to arrive. We can't start till everyone's here. Now can we?
Huh?
What are you talking about? Everyone is here. We've all been waiting for you. Sorry, but you're wrong. But I've been waiting 10 minutes now, so it's okay if I punish the one making us all wait, right? If we all agree it's a violation, I'll arrange a punishment right now. If it's me you're waiting for, I'm here. When we heard that voice, we all spun around to look.
ね
I'm here, and no rule has been broken. Kyoko! Kyoko, you're still alive? No, that's a ghost! Stop talking. If you want to fight, do it in the class trial. You need to save some of the fun for later, right?
なんだ
But is it okay that there's no particular penalty for being late?
そうかしら
I made it here just fine. What school regulation did I violate? Am I wrong? You're so selfish, so spoiled. You're right, there's no penalty officially, but I bet you'll be sorry later. No, I'll make sure you're sorry later. Anyway, hustle your butts onto the elevator. I'll be just one step ahead of you. When Monokuma was gone, we all rushed up to Kyoko. Kyoko! So you really didn't die? Of course I didn't die. Thank God. I'm so glad you're okay. Perhaps, but that's not necessarily a good thing for us. Huh? He's right. Now we gotta deal with the ghost. I told you, stop talking.
行くぞ
Come on, let's just go. Whatever we need to discuss, we can do it during the trial. Without ever directly looking at Kyoko, Byakuya stepped into the elevator. But Master, wait for me.
うん
Good call. Who knows what might happen to us if we take too long.
でも
I'll be happy when this trial is all over. One after another, everyone piled into the elevator. But I couldn't help myself. I had to talk to Kyoko before the trial started. Listen, before we get started, I have to ask you, where have you been this whole time? You used that key of yours to go somewhere, didn't you? So,
そう
I went to investigate the second floor of the dorms. The second
そ
floor?
うよ
There aren't any monitors or cameras there, so I was able to avoid Monokuma completely. Of course, I also missed his announcement because of that. I had no idea a body had been discovered. Then, when did you find out?
それは
Just now. I finished my search and came back down, just in time to hear the class trial announcement. It took some time to cover the crime scene first. I can't go into a trial completely uninformed, can I? So that's why you were
で
late.
も
I'm sorry I kept you all waiting. But, if you were on the second floor of the dorms, then that's what the key you found goes
違
to?
うわ
Actually, to be precise, not quite.
つまり
I used Monokuma's secret tool, which can open any lock in the school. What?
ちょっと
Hey, what are you two doing? Hurry up before we get in trouble with Monokuma.
大輝くん
We can go over all the details after we get through the trial, okay, Makoto? Right now, I just want to focus on surviving our current
ど
situation.
うやら
Because this is probably the single most crucial moment so far for me. For her? That's a strange way to put it. The class trial is important for everyone, right? So, why would you say it's a crucial moment for her?
じゃあね
Well, if that's all. Seemingly unconcerned, Kyoko made her way to the elevator. I'm just overthinking what she said, right? Well, time to go on. Being the last one left, I stepped into the elevator. Okay, so I'm curious how Ikusawa Mukuro was able to vote in the student voting trials if she wasn't there during them. I don't know. It's just something that popped up in my head while they were doing this. And the doors slid shut. This time, the clunking was loud enough to hurt my ears, and the dread began to consume me once again. I can't imagine ever getting used to the mental pressure that comes with preparing for an execution. In that dusky darkness, nobody said a word. We just stood there, silent and still. After an immeasurable period of time, the doors opened without warning. A dazzling light penetrated every depth of my eyes. But it wasn't the illuminating light of hope. It was the blinding light of despair. Ah, I've been waiting for this. I feel like it's been forever since we got together like this. The time for pointless jokes and jabs has passed. Let's go on with the show. And so, the curtain opened for the 5th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly fate, a deadly class trial. Awesome! Okay, that is actually a perfect place to stop it. We'll go ahead and prep for everything in the next episode, and then we will dive into it. I have no idea what's going to happen. Kirigiri's alive. I don't know. I mean, it would seem to indicate that she's the person who killed, but Byakuya had the key to her room. What if he put that locker key in there? Okay, I'm not going to think about it right now. I'm going to take a breather, and I'm going to just let it sink in, and we'll start the trial fresh and new in the next episode. So for now, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys on the next MAMJ. Let's play. Before I could catch myself, I cried out. Whoa! Spread out in front of them were the remains of Monokumo. What? That's so casual.